Said mean things to him.
Like, I'm not going to trust you no more because you promised me that you would be there for me for the rest of my life. Hi!
Yo, am I tripping? Or is that a kid?
Damn, where'd you come from, little man?
The children of prisoners, the silent victims of incarceration.
It's shocking video. A 9-year-old student is handcuffed.
A child who was supposed to have a toy car, a book, a pencil, found iron handcuffs in his hands. Today we will tell the story of a cruel reality where an innocent child was imprisoned. A child, at the age of laughter, play, and dreaming, at that age, he was pushed into a dark jail cell. What crime did he commit? Or did the failure of our own system put him in the dock of a criminal?
The justice system has never treated all citizens equal. To understand how we got here, we need to take a look at the evolution of the juvenile justice.
Child Act 2013 says that no child between the ages of 9 and 12 can be sent to a regular jail. So how was this child handcuffed and pushed into the ranks of criminals?
Was well underway. Activists began to realize that while juvenile courts were designed to be less punitive, they
made one mistake. But is the punishment for that mistake to be a criminal for the rest of his life?
Some wear masks, others smile. They weren't shadows in alleyways or monsters under the bed. They were mothers tucking their kids in at night.
See him as a criminal. But what is the solution to child crime in developed countries of the world? In Norway and Finland, children are given education and counseling instead of being put in jail. Because they know correction, not punishment, is the real solution. This child's case is not an isolated incident. Thousands of children in Bangladesh are being crushed by the loopholes in the law today. Their crime, poverty, illiteracy, or just a wrong decision. Lawyers say, even though there is a separate juvenile court and correctional center for children, how effective is it? Is the state even ready to protect these helpless children? This child's story is not just his, it's a wake-up call for all of us. Because, if the child who went to jail today doesn't get rehabilitated, he might actually become a criminal in the future. If we remain silent today, thousands more children will suffer this cruel fate in the future. But if you share this video, your one share might change a child's life. In the age of social media, we campaign about so many things. But can't we raise our voice for this child? Hashtag Save the Child, hashtag No Child Behind Bars, share these hashtags. Today, your voice can be a beacon of hope for this child. Share, be aware, and demand, send children to school, not to jail. A child of only 10-12 years old was accused of the type of crime. But the question is, did he even understand the consequences of his actions at such a young age? According to the Children's Act 2013, children between the ages of 9 to 12 cannot be jailed. They have to be sent to a child correction center. But what happened in this case? According to lawyers, this is a legal failure. The child's mental development and rehabilitation were not considered. We have to demand. Heavy checkmark, children should be sent to a correction center instead of jail. Heavy checkmark, child-friendly procedures should be introduced in the police and courts. Heavy checkmark, social awareness should be raised. This child's story is not just a story. It's a picture of our society. If you share this video, maybe a lawmaker will see it, a child's life will change. That morning, he was getting ready to go to school, holding his mother's hand. Who knew that child would be taken away in a police van by evening? Rahim, pseudonym, is only 11 years old. At an age when he should have books and notebooks in his hand,
Shocking
iron
video.
handcuffs were put on his hands.
A 9-year-old
Standing in the
student is
courtroom corridor,
handcuffed.
the child kept asking, "When will I go home?" But no one could give him a straight answer. What was his crime? Accused of taking a cell phone. At an age when children don't understand the difference between right and wrong, how will he understand the complex language of the law? When his mother broke down in tears at the jail gate, Rahim said, "Mom, I just took the phone as a joke." Section 4 of the Child Protection Act 2013 clearly states that a child between the ages of 9 and 12 cannot be kept in a regular jail. So how was this cruel incident possible? The jail authority's statement was, "We are just following the court's order." But did the court know about the
It's
existence
shocking
of the
video.
Child Correction Center?
A
That
9-year-old
night,
student
Raheem
is
wrote a letter while
handcuffed.
sitting in the jail cell. I am very scared. It is dark here. I want to eat food cooked by my mother. The next day, a small news item appeared in a local newspaper, sending a criminal child to jail. But did anyone think how this word, criminal, would scar a tender heart? This incident is not just a child's story. It is a stark mirror of our entire justice system, where the issue of child rights is still unclear. On average, 150 to 200 children are sent to jail every year in Bangladesh. 60% of them end up in poverty or ignorance. Is it their fault or our collective failure? It is time to
It's
learn from
shocking
this cruel
video.
reality. Otherwise,
A
we will
9-year-old
not be
student
able to
is
hold the next
handcuffed.
generation accountable. Isn't the entire society responsible for the mistake of one child? The incident began on March 15, 2023. Raheem, a fourth-grade student living in a slum in Dhaka, was playing with his friend's mobile phone. The next day, the owner of the phone complained that Raheem had stolen it. With the intervention of a local influential person, the incident turned into a police case. The police report states, the accused confessed to his crime. But who asked? Did the child even understand what was being said to him?
Take a look at
The case is moving rapidly.
Justice.
There was no lawyer for Raheem's family in the court. The child's age was not verified due
shocking
to the busy
video.
schedule of the government lawyer.
A 9-year-old
On April
student is
15th,
handcuffed.
Raheem was remanded for 14 days. He was kept in general custody in violation of the Child Protection Act. On April 29th, the court ruled 6 months rigorous imprisonment for the accused. There was no one in the courtroom to speak for the child when the verdict was read. The jail authorities initially refused to accept the child, but later he was admitted on the special order of the district. His first night in jail, Raheem was given a cell with a drug dealer. He still does not talk about the experience of that night. Meanwhile, a local NGO intervened after learning about the incident. They filed a writ petition in the High Court. On May 30th, the High Court
shocking
ordered
video.
the child's release from jail.
A 9-year-old
But is it possible
student
to
is
get back the time
handcuffed.
spent in jail for those 45 days? Subsequent investigation revealed that the police report stated Raheem's age as 16 years. The birth certificate submitted to the court was fake. Today, Raheem has regained his freedom. But he still screams in his sleep at night, "I will never touch the phone again." Will this fear ever go away?